Russians and North Koreans trapped in Kursk's Nikolsky as resupply attempts are intercepted. Ukrainian drones eliminate scattered escapees and destroy abandoned vehicles filled with supplies, ensuring the besieged troops remain cut off. In the besieged settlement of Nikolsky, scattered remnants of Russian and North Korean forces find themselves trapped under relentless Ukrainian pressure with no viable means of resupply. As Ukrainian forces focus on preventing any additional supplies from reaching the beleaguered troops, a desperate attempt by North Korean soldiers to escape ended in disaster. Ukrainian drones were deployed to hunt down and eliminate the fleeing soldiers, further tightening the noose around the besieged forces. As previously reported, remnants of the last North Korean assault had taken up positions in parts of Nikolsky, but were quickly cut off from supplies due to Ukraine's complete fire control over Russian ground lines of communication into the area. In a bid to break the siege and resupply their North Korean allies, Russian Marines launched a large-scale mechanized assault across frozen fields. However, the operation failed, and the survivors of this ill-fated attempt only added to the strain on the already dwindling supplies within Nikolsky. The primary objective of Ukrainian forces is to systematically wear down the North Korean troops in Nikolsky by cutting off their access to food, water, and ammunition, while simultaneously preventing Russian resupply efforts. This strategy allows the Ukrainians to gradually weaken the enemy without risking valuable manpower and equipment in direct assaults. Time is on Ukraine's side, as the isolated North Korean forces pose no immediate threat to Ukrainian positions or the overall defensibility of the northern Kursk salient.
Внимание! Выстрел!
To maintain their strategic advantage, Ukrainian forces have reinforced their defenses by equipping firing positions with anti-tank guided missiles, drones, and essential infantry gear. Additionally, they have intensified efforts to disrupt Russian supply lines and rear positions, ensuring no additional resources reach the trapped forces in Nikolsky. By interdicting enough Russian supplies, Ukrainians aim to reduce the risk of further resupply attempts, as Russian forces themselves may begin to experience shortages. Geolocated combat footage released by Ukrainian drone operators reveals the meticulous targeting of abandoned Russian vehicles left scattered across the battlefield after the failed assault. These vehicles, laden with ammunition, food, water, and medical supplies, posed a significant risk of falling into the hands of the besieged North Koreans. To prevent this, Ukrainian forces ensured the vehicles were completely destroyed, along with all the provisions they carried. Ukrainian Special Forces operators demonstrated their expertise in drone warfare, as geolocated footage shows their drones lying in wait near frequently used Russian supply routes. This tactic conserves battery life and increases the likelihood of successful strikes, as operators can deploy multiple FPV drones simultaneously, taking control of them one by one as Russian vehicles pass by. After 2 weeks without resupply, desperation set in among the trapped Russian and North Korean soldiers. Some resorted to eating snow for sustenance, while others attempted to flee the settlement in small groups, hoping to evade detection. Unfortunately for them, Ukrainian drones quickly located and eliminated these escapees. The lack of bad weather to obscure drone surveillance further sealed their fate. as swarms of FPV drones efficiently neutralized all fleeing groups. Overall, Ukrainian forces have successfully maintained their defensive advantage, thwarting all Russian resupply missions into Nikolsky. Any attempts by soldiers to escape have been swiftly dealt with, discouraging further desertion. Whether the remaining Russian and North Korean troops choose to flee or hold their ground, their situation grows increasingly dire. Undersupplied, underfed, undermanned, and plagued by illness, they are nearing a point where they will be unable to resist a coordinated Ukrainian counterattack. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces remain patient, content to wait for the opportune moment to strike.
Машина, блядь, дракон.
Пацаны, быстро.
Сразу раскидаем вещи тут, потом разбираем их. Давай.
Готов! Постріл!
Блядь, осколки падають, прижми голову.
Висаджуйтесь! Висаджуйтесь! Земля! Десант, земля!
Швидше вигрузай. Стой.
Броню нахуй сними!
Стоп, стоять.
Выходи туда. На выход иди и скидай броню нахуй. Нет, нихуя. Все, пошли, вставай, пошли. Фу, добре, дай. Блядь, дай спуститься.
Та відкрийте їм очі, нічого страшного, вони тут нікуди не дінуться.